title of my story is The Lesson Before Sunday School Started. Gator has really settled well into the Heffelfinger household with Uncle Floyd and Barabbas. It has become the best home for him in the world. It has been over a year now since he has lived here, and he's almost forgotten about his life before he lived here when he lived down at the river. Gator has avoided his old friends Ken and Kat. They are the kind of bad dudes that sixth grade boys need to avoid. Ken and Kat could easily encourage Gator back into his old behavior, and nobody wants that to happen. And so when Gator walked to the playground, what he saw really shocked him. There was Ken and Kat playing soccer, and there was Pastor Glenn playing soccer with them. And it just really, seeing Pastor Glenn playing with them made Gator feel betrayed. And I mean, after all, Pastor Glenn is his friend, not Kat and Gator's friend. And so Gator just marched straight back home again. And he went to Uncle Floyd and he said, I just don't understand how Pastor Glenn can play with them. Pastor Glenn is my friend, not their friend. And then he went over to Barabbas and he said, you know, it just doesn't seem fair that he would play with them. He was my friend. He visited me when I was in the hospital when no one else came. And then Gator just fell into a really sour humor for the rest of the day. He bit Jeter's tail, he jumped up on the table during supper, and he bared his teeth at Barabbas. He just made everyone miserable as he was that day. Well, that night, when Gator was still fuming at bedtime, Uncle Floyd said to him, I reckon, Gator, if something that Pastor Glenn said to you has made you this upset, you need to talk with Pastor Glenn about it. Do it tomorrow morning at church. Now, say your prayers and go to sleep. So, the next morning, before Sunday school started, Gator saw Pastor Glenn. Gator just marched straight up and summoned up his courage and bared his teeth and said, how come you were playing with Ken and Kat at the playground yesterday? I thought you were my friend. Good morning, Gator, said Pastor Glenn as he was taking his stole off, getting ready to lead the new members class. You saw us at the playground yesterday. You should have come over and said hello. But, stammered Gator, those are bad dudes. Why would you even play soccer with them? Because I am called to show them love, said Pastor Glenn. Remember that I played soccer with you when you were still a bad dude. I loved you before you were even in the hospital, and I love you now. Gator swallowed hard. That was not the answer he expected. He wasn't sure he was done being angry yet, but nevertheless his anger was draining away, and that made him mad. That made him more angry that his anger was going away, and so there was a struggle inside him for a few seconds until eventually the anger left and love wins. Okay, he said to Pastor Glenn, thanks. And he went on to Sunday school, and as he was walking down to Sunday school, he thought about how he had just learned a lesson about love, even before class started. The end.